Well, folks, what everyone warned would happen has happened. 6 planes filled with hundreds of evacuees from Afghanistan, including American citizens, were not allowed to leave the airport. The Taliban is holding people hostage. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we need to talk about the hostage situation in Afghanistan. So as you can see here on the Daily Mail. Now, according to a senior congressional source who was on CBS, the Taliban is holding Americans hostage to get more out of the Americans, basically as a bargaining chip, in order to get more money, more aid, those $85 billion in weapons, training, and equipment simply weren't enough. Here on the Daily Mail, it says, Taliban stopped 6 planes carrying American citizens and allies from leaving Afghanistan airport. Top Republican says passengers are being held hostage for demands. Now, everybody warned that this would happen when Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, pulled out of Kabul 24 hours early. In fact, it seems like the Joe Biden administration cared nothing for the Americans. Because why? They were focusing on getting the Afghans out. Yes, Afghan refugees. Now we're going to talk about all that and more, including the stimulus package that Biden is ramming through Congress and many other disturbing tales. But before we talk about these things, you see the like button below this video? I want you to smash that video like it's your mama's bottom. Smash it. Or your sister. Hey, I don't judge. It's a joke, people. And subscribe to the channel for more amazing top-tier jokes. Click the bell icon for updates for future content. And if you enjoy the work I do, please share these videos with your family and friends. Frankly speaking, social media these days suppresses independent content creators, so you gotta do your part to share the video. And now a quick shout out to my sponsor. September is historically the worst month for stocks, but this may be the best month for you to get into investing. Introducing Webull, an easy and convenient trading app where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency and stocks. Join Webull today and deposit $5 to get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,400. Folks, it's basically free money. Join today by clicking the affiliate link down below. And we're back. Oh, and just FYI, September is historically the worst month for stocks. That means it's a good time to buy. You want to buy when prices are stagnant or low and not when they go crazy. So right now is a good time. Like this month, this is when you want to get in on it. I think Bitcoin will hit 100,000. That's just my opinion. I'm not giving you financial advice. Okay, let's get on with the content. So, here the story says, the Taliban is blocking the takeoff of at least 6 planes chartered to evacuate hundreds of people seeking to flee Afghanistan. A top Republican revealed on Sunday, quote, we have 6 airplanes at Mazar-Sharif Airport, 6 airplanes with American citizens on them as I speak, also with these interpreters, and the Taliban is holding them hostage for demands right now. Quote, Representative Michael McCaul of Texas told Fox News Sunday host Chris Wallace. Quote, the state has cleared these flights and the Taliban will not let them leave the airport, he detailed. So literally everyone predicted this, that the Taliban would simply use the Americans who were stranded and abandoned in Afghanistan as bargaining chips. And then you had Jen Psaki have the nerve to imply, we didn't leave anybody behind. They wanted to stay behind. That's literally what the Democrats said. They said the Americans wanted to stay behind. Well, first of all, they're lying to us. They kept saying that there's only hundreds of Americans. No. Based on official estimates, they said something like 10,000 people were left in Afghanistan. They say they evacuated less than 5,000. They say that less than 5% of people on the planes were actually American. You want me to believe that the unaccounted for 5,000 people or so simply disappeared? Well, maybe they did, but not in the way that Joe Biden would like us to imagine. And speaking of refugees, does America have room for all these people? I would say no. Here on the Daily Mail, U.S. will take in 50,000 Afghan refugees. And you can bet that Biden is sending them to swing states. We all know why. and spend up to $2,275 for each for housing, food, and sending their children to school. Wow, $2,275, you say? That's more than Americans got in stimulus. Goes to show you how much the Biden administration cares about you. And this is something that a lot of people pointed out. Why did Biden not evacuate Americans ahead of time? He had time to do so, but he didn't. And then when he finally was starting to evacuate people, he focused on Afghan refugees. Why? Could it be that they wanted to send these refugees to swing states, and even though they're legally not allowed to do things like participate in the voting system, well, if it benefits the Democrats in any such way, it's totally worth it according to them. Anyways, they're going to cost you money. And what kind of people are they sending over? Are they sending their best? Here on the Daily Mail. There was this thing that went viral of an Afghan refugee whining at Fort Bliss after being evacuated from Afghanistan in place of an American who could have actually been evacuated. He whined about his food ration. He said, "Look at this food, it's not enough, how dare you?" Here it says, Hamad Ahmadi, 28, is now living in a tent in Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. So he went viral after posting the following tweet. "Not complaining, but this is what I got last night for dinner, and the next meal is 12 hours later. Refugee life might be safe, but never easy and favorable. Fort Bliss, El Paso, Texas. Hashtag Afghan refugees, hashtag Afghanistan." And he posts some fruit and a few pieces of chicken. All right, well, I will say it's not a lot of food. It really isn't. But the man has a smartphone. The man has access to the internet. The man looks to be wearing a watch. And he's whining. He's whining. Well, you know what? I say send him back to Afghanistan, since America isn't good enough. You're lucky you got any food. So people posted funny responses. Kat on Twitter says, "Get in, we sending you back." Base. Rocco says, "More than happy to fly you home and trade you for the service dogs. Just ask, one-way ticket on me." Yeah, so the Biden administration literally abandoned service dogs, you know, those military dogs that work with the army and stuff. They left those behind. And speaking of the Taliban, we're getting so many horrifying stories. There was another story that was trending where a pregnant policewoman was shot in front of her husband and kids, and she was pregnant by the Taliban because how dare she have a job and be female? Now, I mean, I have my criticisms of females in law enforcement positions. You know, it's probably not a good idea to have smaller, weaker individuals in positions that require a certain amount of strength. I'm totally for it, as long as they can meet the same standards as men, but you know, that's a whole other argument. Either way, the Taliban is out there doing horrific things. Now, I want to jump over to the following story, here on Twitter, with a Twitter user named Syrian Girl, who says, "Paris police beat woman who tried to go shopping at the mall without a vaccine passport." And in this footage, it's actually quite disturbing. You see police officers attack a woman for not having a vaccine passport. This is the world brought to you by the Democrats. And this happened in Paris, but it won't be long before it happens here in America. I mean, look at the way that the police officers attack this woman. "Papers, please. You got your vaccine passport? Huh? Disgusting, despicable. France, you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself. And this is the world that the leftists want." Yeah, no one learned anything from World War II. Now, something cool did happen in this story because Macron basically made it illegal to go shopping without vaccine passports. So protesters entered the mall and shouted at the cops saying, "Freedom." Well, in their language, "Liberté." And then so many people came out to protest that police trying to arrest unvaccinated shoppers were forced to retreat. And frankly, this is what people need to do. They need to exercise their freedom of speech and protest. Not enough people are saying no authoritarianism, no tyranny. I will not live under fascism. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Let me know by replying down below in the comment section. As always, support the channel by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. Joining will give you access to a private Discord server. You should join today because this channel is currently not monetized and relies on viewers like you. If you want to donate, check out my donor box page or send me crypto. Links and addresses are down below. Anyhow, thanks for watching, folks. Enjoy Labor Day. Have a good one. I'll see you all next time.